Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel, and by the video title you know what this video is about. Trust in Russ. Can Russell Wilson make the Steelers a contender? As you know, last night I made a short last night. I was waiting to do a full video today. But Russell Wilson signed with the Pittsburgh Steelers, agreed to a $1.2 million deal with the Steelers. The Broncos have to pay Russell Wilson $37 million because they did that big time guaranteed contract. The Broncos had an $85 million cap hit, so they have to pay Russell Wilson $37 million this year of his deal. So they pay him most of his contract. So any team was willing to go out there and say, hey, we can go out there and just sign Russell for a 1-year deal because he already getting paid, you know, that big time money like that with the Broncos. So the Steelers made a big time deal with Russell Wilson. He comes to the Steelers. Steelers have a great roster. You know, George Pickens, Deontay Johnson. The offensive line is pretty good too as well. You know, we're getting better and better. Isaiah Malu, you know, Broderick Jones, who played phenomenal ever since he got put in the lineup. The rushing attack has been better. He was on the left side, well, he was on the right side last year, but he probably moved back to the left side and play his regular position. Najee Harris, 3 straight years of 1,000 yards rushing, and also 28 touchdowns over that span as well. Jalen Warren had 1,200 scrimmage yards last year as well. Amazing player too. Pat Frymouth. We have a lot of guys. So Russell Wilson should go out there and do pretty good. And looking at the Steelers quarterbacks, you know, I think all 3 quarterbacks combined for the past 2 years threw 24 touchdowns. Russell Wilson threw 26 touchdowns by himself last year. So that'll tell you what you need to know. Our passing has been bottom feeder. Been like, I think we 28th in pass. You know, and it was 28th in points per game. I think we 27 or 20. No, 30th in pass. 30th in pass, 28th in points per game. And we also was 13th in rushing. Our rushing attack was pretty solid, you know, with Najee and Warren, the 1-2 punch, the 2-headed dragon, going down there and making plays and getting things done. But now we had a guy in Russell Wilson who can still deliver the deep ball, a guy who's good in play action. You know, Arthur Smith can try to implement that play action scheme throughout the entire time and stuff like that, and try to get guys open. George Pickens on crosser routes, Deontay Johnson in space as well. Jalen Warren as well, implementing Najee in the pass game as well. We might most likely probably bring in another receiver. I don't know exactly what receiver we'll bring in. Maybe in a draft, I think Parasal will be a good one from Florida State. I mean, not from Florida State, from Florida. Florida State got Johnny Wilson. Maybe you can find somebody in later rounds. I know the Steelers are a receiver high up. They could, because the receiver core in this draft is very deep. There's some very good guys out there too in this draft pool. So we're gonna see what happens. But we got Russell Wilson now. Russell Wilson, and you know what that means now. You know what that means. We have Renegade, of course, for the 4th quarter, but now we can get 1-2 step for the 1st quarter. Imagine that. The Steelers coming out there, you hear the rock it, don't stop it. Everybody get on the floor, crank the party up. We about to get it. Let me see you 1-2 step. I love it when you 1-2 step. Don't copyright me. Don't copyright me, please. But 1-2 step, we can hear that 1-2 step. Imagine that be our intro song, you know, Sierra, 1-2 step. We come out there, the Steelers come out there in the 1st quarter, and then in the 4th quarter, we give them Renegade. I think the Steelers, you know, they probably can implement that a little bit. I don't know if Sierra want to live in Pittsburgh, but hey, we have it jamming, we have it pumped up and stuff. I think Russell Wilson should do a good job here with the Steelers. I think it'll be an exciting time, you know. I know Russ had a lot of catchphrases. He had the let Russ cook, he had the let's ride, but I think his catchphrase, trust in Russ. Trust in Russ. That's gonna be the catchphrase I'm gonna use for Russ, like that. So hopefully I can trust in Russ. Hopefully the trust is not broken. But we're gonna see what happens. Russell Wilson, 9-time Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champion, veteran player, 26 touchdowns to 8 interceptions last year in those 15 games he played with the Broncos. The Steelers needed a quarterback who could be consistent. As you know, Kenny Pickett, I always say, he's not bad, but he's not good either. He's like in the middle. And now maybe if he sit behind for a year and learn some stuff, maybe he might emerge to be better and be a capable quarterback, but it was too inconsistent. Like we seen his rookie season, he had some flashes. We were hoping that his 2nd year, being a full-time starter, he have like that. Like I didn't think I'd go out there and be the best quarterback in the world, but I was expecting him to go out there. I think I had my prediction for him. I think he had 22 touchdown passes to like 7 or 8 interceptions and a few rushing touchdowns like that, and like 3,700 passing yards. Like in that range, I feel like I've been capable, like kind of like a stat that he could probably get and numbers he can get. But Kenny was inefficient on some of the plays, and a lot of those plays he missed. Like he missed George Pickens on a lot of plays in the middle of the field. Didn't tap the middle of the field a lot as well. And down the field, we missed some plays. Now, he did make some plays here and there, of course. Made some game-winning plays, game-winning touchdowns here and there. But just like, it was not consistent enough. And most of the time, it was, I know they say Kenny Pickett had some 8 game-winning drives, but you actually watch some of those games. Now, a few of those games, like the George Pickens one, that was him and stuff, of course. But most of those games, it was really the defense getting the game-winning stop. It is considered a game-winning drive because that's the last drive we had, and they went up there and got some points. but and most of the defense saving us. And the defense have been banged up past few years, being on the field too long, not being able to get off the field because the offense can't move the ball, push the ball down the field. Now our rushing attack has been better, but now we have a quarterback with a strong arm who is capable enough to push the ball down the field, who can move around and make some things and play well like on two and hit plays in the middle, hit plays on the outside as well too. I think Russell Wilson should be a great addition to the team, and I think the Steelers can go out there and expect to at least win 11 plus games, 11, 12 plus games. Like that, around that range. I think we can get to 12 wins because a lot of those games last year, you see some games we lost. Like the game against the Cardinals, we couldn't push the ball down the field. We lost that game. Game against the Patriots, all we needed was one play. Can make anything happen. Mr. Trubisky couldn't do that either. And against the Colts, same thing. We had a 13-point lead and we blew it because we couldn't move the ball anymore. The turnovers piled up. And in the game against the Browns last year, remember, I think we held the Browns to. It was 10-10 the entire time. The defense was playing real good, but the offense cannot get any first down. Kenny Pickett missed a lot of guys, and then the Browns went on the field. We lost to who was it, DTR, like that, the quarterback, the long name that the Browns have, the quarterback with that gigantic name. I think it's like Dorian Thomas something like that. But DTR, we lost to him like that by 3 points on 13-10. We should have won that game. So there's some games that we could go back and look at, like if the offense could have just got a first down, the offense could have just got this. Like 15 points, at least 17 points in some of those games. You like could have won some games. So I'm just hoping that this year with Russell Wilson being the quarterback, I know they said it's some competition, but the Steelers is saying that just to say it because on the outside looking in, as a fan perspective, we know Russell Wilson will be the starter unless he gets injured or something crazy happen. But the Steelers don't want to make anybody entitled. So when you come to Pittsburgh as a free agent, they always want to say competition, even though we kind of all know that he's going to be the guy, but the Steelers want you to earn it. Want you to earn every spot. That's what the purpose of being a Steelers is. I'm a Steeler fan. My favorite teams are very similar. The Miami Heat and the Steelers. They're all about that military style. No one is giving any opportunity. You have to earn your opportunity, earn your spot every single time. So they're not going to go out there and just roll the red carpet out for Russell Wilson. They're going to let them earn it. Let them earn it and say, hey, we coming here to work. We come here to win. All that extra propaganda stuff, all that crazy stuff, you leave that where you left it. Like that. We coming here to win, trying to go out there and compete. If we can go out there with 3 different quarterbacks and be 10-7, with 7 seed, made the playoffs and had a chance, opportunity in the playoffs. Now I know with Russell Wilson, a guy like of his capable abilities and a guy who's been at the top, been to 2 Super Bowls, who won a Super Bowl, 9-time Pro Bowler, future Hall of Famer probably as well. I think we should be able to go out there and make some things happen. Russell Wilson is 35, 36 years old, a little older. It solved our problem temporarily right now, but it really don't solve our problem in the long term of our quarterback problems a little bit. So we're gonna see what the Steelers are gonna do in the long run. Maybe Kenny Pickett sit behind Russ for maybe for a year or 2. Maybe Russell Wilson plays very well this year. We sign him back another extension. He played to 38 or something. I don't know. And he sit behind Russell Wilson and learn some stuff. I don't know exactly what happened. Or the Steelers go a different approach, draft the guy and let him sit behind and learn some things to be ready for the future. But right now, in the moment, the Steelers trying to find a way to win. We have T.J. Watt, we have Cam Hayward, we have Minka Fitzpatrick, we got all these great guys on defense. And they're in their prime. T.J. Watt like 29 years old. Minka is 27. Cam Hayward about to retire eventually. And then you got JPJ, the young guy who played very good his rookie season, and a lot of different pieces around. It's time to go out there and win. It's time for us to go out there and win. It's time for us to go out there and play at a high level and excel and try to maximize this defense and maximize our opportunity right now with the salary cap being right. We got to pay a quarterback any major big-time money. Go out there and win it. Let's go out there and try to do it. And I think the Steelers got an opportunity to do that this year with Russell Wilson. We'll see what happens, but I'm very pumped up. Very pumped up for the season to start. A lot of free agency news is happening. Things are adding up. I see DeAndre Swift get signed by the well, they can't officially sign till Wednesday. Some of the players they got signed I think to the Bears. Christian Wilkins to the Raiders. He got a big time contract too. I think it was $100 million, but $84 million of it fully guaranteed. So it's a crazy contract, a big contract. You can't pass on that opportunity. And the Raiders not a bad team either. Antonio Pierce is a good player. A good coach. He got those players playing good. And you look at Crosby there too as well with Christian Wilkins as well, and the young cornerbacks they got. So free agency is going crazy. I'm happy my Steelers are making moves. Omar Khan, Mr. Khan, right now on temporary DB Khan until the draft ends. And hey, he's going out there making those big time moves or big time decisions. He's been going out there and just making things happen, being aggressive. And I love that because Kevin Colbert, don't get me wrong, he made some big time selections when he was the GM, but I feel like he got a little stagnant, a little stale at the end of his tenure, and it caused us to be in shambles a little bit. But now we can go out there being aggressive. We're trying to open and maximize our Super Bowl window, maximize our players right now? Are we in the limelight and try to go out there and succeed? So we're gonna see what happens. But let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think, and I'll see you guys next time, which will probably be later today. Which the video I recorded later today was pre-recorded already from like a couple days ago. It's about draft analysis, so that'll be coming today, and maybe some other things too as well if anything happened. But be on the lookout. Peace out.